Hello, everyone. Let me just make sure I am live on public. I decided to go live today by myself instead of an interview. I guess I'm just going to be talking about myself and things I enjoy doing. So I'm just making sure that I switch my privacy real quick to public. So when I go live, I use this app called StreamYard, which I pay $25 a month for, and I absolutely love it. It is so easy to use, and I can edit videos through StreamYard, which is absolutely amazing. Um, I like it because I can send it to multiple destinations. Like right now, I am live streaming Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at once, and later I will be moving it to other platforms as well because that is a great thing about StreamYard. I can also see comments that I get from any app that I'm streaming on through here. So if anybody leaves me a comment, I will be able to see it, which is great. So hello. Oh, I see I have a viewer. Hello to my viewer. I'm just going to talk about some things. Like, first off, you can see in the corner right there, other way, that I am a social media manager and a content creator. I enjoy doing that. It is extremely fun. And I wanted to share this new tip that I started doing. So, I do have ADHD, and one part of my ADHD is that I'm kind of all over the place. And I have notebooks upon notebooks of ideas of content that I want to use. So I decided that I was going to write all my content ideas on pieces of paper and then I was going to cut them. Now I have like over 100 ideas, okay? After I cut them up, I'm going to put them in a jar. You can hardly see this because the background is collaging into it. But I put it all into a jar on these tiny little pieces of paper. And when I'm ready to create content, I take one thing out and I work on it at a time. See? So this one is criminal cases involving demonic possession. I'm actually really into this one and I can't wait to start it. And that will be put on my Alicia account because I have multiple platforms. And this also helps to make sure I hit every single platform. There's some on here that says make sure you stream, and then there's some that says send your emails out just to make sure that I'm doing it all. Because having ADHD is not easy, especially when you have so many things that you have to do. So, with my different accounts, they all have different niches. This account that I'm streaming right now to, Juno Lucita, I like to do self-improvement and mental health into this account. On Alicia, I like to do horror and mythical creatures. I have one called Three Time Reviews, which is talking about movies and TV shows. Um, and then I have a lot of groups also that I work in. And I have a lot of ideas for those groups, but I do so much that it's hard to get them all through. The biggest group that I help manage is called Coffee and a Good Book, which is a book group, as said in the name. I help run it with my mom, and it has over 5K members, and I actually really enjoy it. And we have a lot of new ideas coming for that as well. So I need to sit down and get all these ideas done. So being a social media manager and content creator is extremely fun. When you're a social media manager, you get to help other people with their content. So I have several packages, but the cool thing about me being a social media manager is that I try to work based on what other people can pay rather than my own prices. While I do have set prices, I have a tier that's 600, one that's 900, and one that's 1,200. I can lower that depending on what you need. But I really find it very fun to be a social media manager because I can work with different niches. Like my last job that I was doing was for a comic book page and I actively enjoyed that. It was very entertaining to sit down and like go through comic books and I feel like I found like this new love of comic books because it was very fun. I really enjoyed making the content for it. So being a social media manager and content creator is sometimes hard but really fun when you learn new things. Want to see more in here? Let's see. This one is about comic book trivia. See, like I said, I'm getting really into that comic book as well. Um, I have a TikTok for comic book stuff now, so I'll be able to post comic books things there. This one says NPC creations, about RPG stuff. I love RPG games as well and board games. Um, my partner got me really into all that stuff. So another thing that I like to do in my free time is I like to write. Writing is extremely fun for me. I can get really creative with it. I can make my own people, and I have maybe 18 different books I'm working on. So one of the biggest books that I'm working on is vampire. So I've been writing since I was 6 years old. I was telling stories to my siblings and I found a love for telling stories. It was at the time it was horror, which I'm still really into horror. As you can see, I said I have a horror page. And I kept getting into storytelling, and when I was in 3rd grade, I wrote my first horror book, which was based on a haunted pumpkin. And that never really left. Early teenage years, I was still telling stories to my siblings. And I was really into the Wattpad phase, so you can kind of figure out what kind of stories I was telling, you know? And, one of the stories I was telling my siblings, I got really into, and I was like, "No, I need to write this story, I need to promote it, and I need to get it out there so that my siblings can enjoy it." Because I actually never finished it for them. And like I said, it was based on vampires. So let me read some of my notes here so you can understand. Number 1, vampires are known to exist but are a dying breed. Elemental vampires are said to be extinct, but their needs are necessary for the revival of the supernatural world, tempting certain people to kidnap humans to turn vampires and find the born ones. Hunters are aware of the rumors that there are elemental vampires afoot and make it their duty to kill off those suspects in the vampires. Basically, is the first to find one or all five because elemental vampires are the most powerful vampires. A single mother who knows her daughter is one but raises her as human with hopes of convincing others and the daughter she is nothing more and no danger. Spoiler though, mother ends up dead. Sorry. Other supernatural beings looking to mate with any of the five in hopes to make their territories the strongest. Any of the five have mates in each supernatural territory. It's up to them to pick the future spouse and leader. And two girls kidnapped and caught up in war, lies, and others trying to control them. They are not safe, but they must find the best solution. Those are some of the notes I do have for that story. Again, I'm pretty sure you can kind of see the Wattpad phase in there. I'm really into supernatural, and I do believe they exist. So that is another part that is in my one page, the Alicia page, is basically about mythical creatures, supernaturals, and horror because I do think that somewhat in a way they exist or at least hope to it. I cling to that because that is something I really enjoyed in my childhood with stories about vampires and werewolves, and I'm still really into it, you know, like the Vampire Diaries. So that is one of the stories that I like. Um that is the biggest one that I'm writing right now, I suppose. But I do have a lot of other stories. Like I have a series that's based on, you know, hell, different ways hell could look like. Um, let me see if I could pull one up. So that one, the first book I'll talk about is called Turned Around. I'm thinking about switching the name though. Um, let's see. Okay, I found myself in the underworld. Very long name. Maybe I should switch it. So there's a goddess named Rain. She's actually the fall goddess. And she wakes up and finds herself in the underworld. She only remembers fighting the god and goddess of death, but they cursed her into the underworld. So it's basically a story about how she finds herself in this place called, you know, the underworld. Basically kind of like a hell, except it's way more better in a way. It's not just fire everywhere. It's really adorable place. And she falls in love with somebody who lives in the underworld, basically the Prince of Death. And I kind of just go through that and describe what she sees down there in the underworld. So I have a whole series based on different ways the underworld could look like because I'm really into those what if questions, like what if the underworld wasn't that bad, or what if supernaturals did exist, you know. I'm really into all those sort of things. So I try to make books based around that. One of the other books I have is called Nightmares, and it is literally based off a nightmare I had. Yeah. And in the nightmare, I was running from something and I was running into the woods and I found myself being killed. And it turns out that I was killed by myself. Like it was literally another version of me running at me and just killed me. And then I turned into that person. So, really confusing nightmare, but I kind of wanted to explore it in a book like setting. So, that was what I was trying to do. Let's see. I have a book called Possessed, where two people get possessed by demons. So, I mean, I guess you can kind of see the type of things I write, you know? I miss my old books that I used to write, but some of my scripts that I wrote disappeared. I wrote a lot of horror when I was younger, and I guess now I'm more into fantasy. So, my ideas, I suppose, they also came from some Wattpad stories. Like I said, really into Wattpad at a young age. Haven't been in a while, but I do miss it. I miss reading those Wattpad stories. Uh, it's definitely a different age. So I guess a lot of my ideas came from reading Wattpad and watching shows and reading other types of books. Like my favorite author, she's Stacy Clapham, and a lot of her fantasy that I've read was really entertaining. So it's just reading all those type of things gave me ideas and made me go more into that supernatural world and horror because that's what I read. So I suppose that is where I get my ideas from. And then there's the fact that I write sometimes for my siblings because I think that these are books that they would like, but they are kind of older now, so probably not anymore. But when they were younger, they used to be very entertained with my storytelling, and that is exactly what got me into writing. And I guess some of the characters I do make are, in a way, based off myself. I enjoy taking parts of me and using them to make them into characters, like unique characters, fun characters. But I like making a lot of characters. I tend to write from the perspective of a girl because it's just so much easier for me. I have written in the perspective of a guy before, but I have to put myself in a guy's shoe and, you know. I definitely like to use that perspective where it's like an I reach to the table, you know. I don't really like it from, I believe it's third person. That's not really how I like to write myself. I like to feel like I am in the book and that is me, you know. And I've received a lot of good advice lately based on writing as I have done interviews with authors and it's been extremely entertaining to do that. So that's just one thing I like to do in my free time with writing. There's other things I write, like I write music. I'm actually working on a metal song that's called Fuck Ladylike. So I am gender fluid and I really hate the term ladylike. That's not ladylike. I hate it. Yes, I was born a lady, but I don't like, oh, sit like a lady or do like a lady because it bothers me. So I'm writing a song based on those feelings. Even if I am a lady, I don't like being told that something I'm doing is not ladylike. I'm sure some of you guys can feel this way too. So the song definitely has some strong language when it goes like fuck ladylike because, you know, So I think it's gonna be more metal than anything. I'm used to writing more depressing music. That's what I used to write before my notebook got destroyed. But I'm kind of out of that phase of writing, depressing stories and depressing music and depressing poems. I still write poetry and I still do have poems. My best poetry have been depressing and they're amazing. I actually have a book that I wrote that is all my poetry, and I might actually read my poetry one day online as well. Just I like to write all different types of things. I like to write articles as well. Um, like saying with my ADHD, I have like at least 20 tabs open right now. I have different stories open that I'm trying to read. I have something about the criminal cases involving demonic possession, like I said in the beginning. Canva because I like graphic designing, but I don't just use Canva. I like to use Procreate for actual drawing. But Canva is when I'm trying to do something really fast and to get some of my content out there. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm a little bit exhausted. So something that I want to finish is my Discord server. I keep getting so tired about it. Discord used to be one of my favorite apps, but it's changed so much and it's been a pain. But my Discord server was so active, and now it's like losing members and there's so much scams on there. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm noticing a big amount of scams everywhere, like on Facebook, on Discord, on like everything. Um, on my Facebook, I keep getting these scammers that are saying, "Oh, buy my books." Like I said, I help run a book group, so it's not extremely fun there. Trying to think of other things that I enjoy doing. I didn't want this live to be super short. I do like playing games now. Well, earlier I discussed board games, which is my favorite thing. I have like a lot of board games. I have Doomlings, Lorcana, Munchkin. I do have a big collection of games currently, and I keep grabbing more. For video games, I play, Sims 4. I like Potion Permit. I do like Call of Duty. So I do like playing video games and computer games as well. I got really into the Backrooms game, which I like to play with my partner, but it sometimes gives me jump scares, not gonna lie. But I'm also into the Backrooms a little bit because they are kind of entertaining, especially like the whole idea. But I think the biggest level we reached was probably 3. We die very fast in that game, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's called Into the Backrooms, and I got it on Steam. I have a lot of games on Steam. I don't seem to play a lot of them, but my next game I want to get is Jackbox so I could play it with all of you guys. Um, hello. My favorite game in the Jackbox is called Fibbage, and I like the whole thing about where you can just lie because it's extremely entertaining. Um, I also like playing Risk, but I haven't had a Risk in so long. I tried playing it online, but it feels way different playing it online because it's like the computer sheets. I like to play it in person way better, but a lot of these games they take forever to set up, and Risk I do not have. It is like a $50 game, and I do not have the money for that. Oh, that makes sense. I played I like to play on the PlayStation and I'm used to the PlayStation, but I tried playing on the Xbox the other day instead, and the controls confused me extremely hard because I could not understand them. They were all buttons in different places. They were not in the places that the PS5 remote control is. So I kept messing up and getting confused. They were like, "Press this button." I'm like, "I don't know where this button is." So I had to keep looking down, and I was just dying. So I was playing Call of Duty Zombies, and you had to be pressing the buttons to kill those zombies, but I was playing it on Xbox, and I just couldn't figure out which buttons were which, and I had to just keep looking down, so Yeah. That's why really like Call of Duty. I've been playing it with my brother since I was young. Black Ops is my favorite. We used to play Infected, which was really great. Let me try to remember. Infected, you had to kill the other team, I think. I haven't played it in so long. I recently started playing the zombies, but I really miss playing Infected because it was so fun to be playing with my brothers. And now, my brothers are older. They don't care enough to be playing games with me. They got really into what is that game called? Hmm. I'm trying to remember that one shooting game that every kid is into now. I think it starts with an F. Fortnite, yes, Fortnite. Okay. They got really into Fortnite, so they were playing Fortnite a lot, and I tried playing it, and I played it for maybe a month. And yeah, it was fun, I guess, but it got really boring really quick, and it's like you have to spend so much money in Fortnite, like for no reason. Like to get skins and stuff, those are just digital things, I suppose, and it's like you have to spend so much money on it. I guess it was fun, and like I sometimes see videos where it's like, oh, this is what the game is like now, and I'm the same way with Among Us. Like I guess people make mods Among Us, but I used to play that game like a lot as well with my siblings, and it was really fun. Like when it first came out, and now it's been out for a while, and I see like so many different ways of playing it, and I tried to get it again, but it took forever to download, and I'm really confused. That's funny. Yes. The parents are usually the ones who are spending all that money on for their kids to buy those Fortnite things like and also Roblox. Fortnite and Roblox spending all those money just to get digital stuff. Yeah. Listen, I like to play games and I used to spend some money on games like phone games because I was trying to get, life and stuff, and sometimes extra life costs money, but then I still wouldn't win, and it's like they just wanna get your money. That's literally the whole purpose. Like, they try to be like, "Oh, yeah, you can pay money for this," and I'm like, "I don't have money to be spending on games." Like, that's just ridiculous. But, like, I like playing games, you know, and I like playing more board games and card games. I guess in a way I get stuff too because, with Doomlings, for example, you get to buy Overlush packs and it's really entertaining. Um, you get like cool cards and they have like this event right now where you get to make your own card and I really wanted to do it, but I'm kind of struggling on the making the card part. I have ideas. I do. I have great ideas for making a card and I would love to get it done, but it's really hard. I made this creature when I was drawing on art. Uh, Her name is Strawberry Kitty. She's one of my proudest designs I've made. I do like to draw, and I was thinking of making her circular in a way to where I could use her on the card. That was my idea, but I still haven't got to it yet because, like I said, I'm such a busy person, and it's the greatest reason why this bucket here is a great idea. Oh, Paulo, you probably didn't see what I was talking about on this bucket thing, did you? It's a great idea, I think. Some people think it's a great idea too, and it's like halfway full, so I might not even cut any more to put into it, to be honest. I might just use these and just work on all of them. I'm hoping that this could take me several months to get through because then I'll have enough content for months and months to go on to, and I don't have to think of ideas or be stuck. I mean, usually it's not that stuck, but it's like when I have a lot of ideas on paper, I get overwhelmed. So let's see what this one says here. Attracting positive karma. So I have a lot of different things on here. All I have to do is shake it up and then pull out. Sending professional emails, basically telling you guys how you should send a professional email, you know? Very important to know because I send a lot of professional emails and I have made mistakes. Definitely proofread before you send an email out. My biggest mistake I have made is putting the wrong name on an email. And they did not like that at all. So definitely proofread, proofread, proofread. Because you're going to want to get connections, and that is something I enjoy doing. I have been connecting a lot lately to a lot of different people, sending out emails, meeting with creative people. I love networking and I love connecting, and it just allows me to meet so many new people and learn new things, especially about certain crafts. Like these interviews, I've been having them talk about their comic books or their books they're writing, and it's been so entertaining to learn new things. I want to branch out because I don't want to just do comic books and authors. I want to do artists and all different types of creatives or scientists, like people from different fields. By the way, if you see this and you're like, that sounds like me, definitely hit me up, give me an interview because I enjoy doing them. I enjoy learning about you guys. I will show you my email that you can reach out to if you ever feel like it. Officials. Okay. Okay, see? That right there, that is my email. So if you're like, "Oh yes, I would love an interview with you because that sounds fun," and I will definitely put it on every single streaming platform that I have. That is Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, like it will go places. So if you think that that is something that you would like to do, just email me there and we can definitely set one up because I really enjoy doing them. My next interview is this Wednesday. Um, though my mom might take over it. It is for another author. Her name is Jessica. I'm really excited. And then I have one this Friday. What's today? The 20th? Okay. With William L. Glover, who is a comic book writer. You can find all my interviews that I have lined up currently on my Facebook page, Juno Losita Scar on my main Facebook. You would see my beautiful face. For people who are watching on other platforms, you could definitely see all the interviews that I have set up and get pretty excited about it. I might be posting about current interviews I have later, just so that you guys can make sure you're up to date. Oh, I do have to edit that though. I have a couple more interviews that I do need to edit and add towards it. So that is definitely how I enjoy spending my time though, is these interviews because like I said, I learn a lot of new things. And video editing though is really difficult. I mean, I'm glad I have this StreamYard because it makes it a little bit easier, but it's like it takes hours to get it done and then set it into all the platforms. And I'm a little backed up right now. I need to get through these videos. I just had one yesterday that I need to edit and send out. So that's why, again, I'm telling you, StreamYard, StreamYard, it's amazing. Great app. Definitely worth my money. Okay. All right. So let's see. It is really hot out today. It is in the 80s. I am literally dying. Okay. I already told you guys who my favorite author is. You guys want to know my favorite series from their author? Stacy Glaffin is my favorite author. My favorite series is called the Transform series. It's based off of vampires and it also has dragons in it, which I think was really cool. Um My second favorite series from her is the Gone series. It's about a girl who gets kidnapped. So that is also extremely entertaining. Let me see. See, that is crazy. I mean, I love the summer. Summer is literally my favorite, but yes, it gets really hot. I do not like cold weather at all, so which is why I like the warmer weather. And it's only like in the 80s today. I could not imagine if it was 100 degrees. I think I will literally die because I am really hot today. Like I've already drank my slushy too because it's burning up today. I woke up just feeling hot and I thought my heater was on. I literally went into the back to check if my heater was on because of how hot it was. I was like, no way they have this heater on in this. Nah, the heater wasn't on. It was just that hot. But I also have like maybe 10 blankets on my bed. Like maybe 6 pillows and over 100 stuffed animals. I sleep on a twin bed, by the way. So it's like this small of a bed. So it's just really hot in my bed because of how much stuff I have on it. But I don't have room for this stuff. And I don't feel like getting rid of it because I really like my blankets, pillows, and stuffed animals. So I just deal with the heat, to be honest. I have my blankets hanging like a tent also because I like my privacy. Um, I live with 7 people, 3 cats, small house. So sometimes, you need that little extra privacy. So I have my tent like that. And that just means that the heat stays inside. So I am burning in the middle of the night because of how much stuff. And I do it to myself, It is totally 100% my fault. So, but it's still terrible. I still don't like it. I don't like the heat. And we don't have an AC or anything. And I broke my fan like maybe last year or the year before, so I also don't have a fan. So I just be sitting there dying. Okay, let's see. You know, I myself do not have a career yet. Technically, I don't even have a job. I haven't worked in 5 months. It's very hard to find a job that I can work in due to some of my disabilities. Uh, I'm really looking though. Social media management is basically my job, but I do not have enough clients on my book yet. And I do content creating. I do get paid on Facebook, but I do not get paid a lot. To be honest, like I've been very behind. Um, I am a mental health advocate, so I have no shame when telling you this. I've been severely depressed lately, and that has caused my stuff to drop. But I am hoping to come back from it. Like I said, I have this little jar of content. I'm hoping to do all this content in the next several months and get my page where I want it. My other page, Alicia, is doing way more better than my Juno one and has already made $4 something, but I have 16 days left on it. My bonus. Um, I have some content ideas that I'm thinking about making that are not in this jar. Anybody can give me any ideas if they want what they want to see. Like I said, this account, self-improvement, mental health, and I have other accounts where my learning, creativity, horror, mythical creatures, mm, movies and TV shows, and then I have like a lot of groups. So I really love making content. I really love learning. Like I said, I had several tabs open with the different content I'm doing. And I want to hurry up and fix my Discord also so that I can just get more friends on there and see what they think of my content and just toss to them. Honestly, messaging people like on Messenger is a bit difficult for me. I get so tired so easily. Uh, I'm an introvert, so I get extremely exhausted just talking to people. It takes a lot out of me. Okay. Another thing here. LGBTQ history. That one will go on my Juno account. Let me think. I believe I talked a lot about all books so far. I did start writing one that was called All Dragon's Lair. I I might switch the name. Um, and it's basically based off an RPG I did. I was doing an RPG and I had to go and slay dragons. And it's a really cool RPG, but I never finished it. It was really entertaining, to be honest. And so I decided that I was gonna write a book based off the RPG. I don't know how it's gonna come out, but I'm a little bit excited. I want to make videos as well based off of RPG and make it interactive because I love it when I do interactive stuff. I love talking to you guys. I love uh playing with you guys, playing games. I enjoy doing that. It's like you're my little online friends and it's great. Okay. All this heat is making me really tired, to be honest. Okay. Well, I don't think I. When are you gonna start the games? Hmm. I really want to start it, like extremely bad. But there's been a little bit of issues with that. One being I am booked with interviews back to back. Like I keep getting more and more interviews added to my schedule every single day. There's some interviews that I don't even schedule and they just immediately come like, "Oh yeah, this is the day we're doing the interview," and I have to put it on my calendar. Like I didn't plan to do an interview that day, but now I have to. And honestly, I don't want to go live every day because it takes a lot out of me. I'm thinking about doing it on Saturday nights. I do not have interviews on Saturday nights. The only thing has been is that I've been busy these last Saturday nights. My mom's birthday is next Saturday, so I will be spending it with her. Um, I'm taking her out that Sunday as well for the movie Garfield, which is coming out. And this past Saturday was her birthday party. And like I said earlier, another thing is I've been seriously lacking due to my depression. I'm trying really hard to come back about that now. I want to take this seriously. I want to take this like a job. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm depressed. I can't do it. I want to act like this is a job where I can't get out of it. You know, it's really fun. I really think content creating is extremely fun. So I don't even have a problem with it. Like, it's not like, oh, this is boring. Why am I doing it? Because if it was that way, I wouldn't be doing it. But I think making content and learning new things is extremely fun. And my emails are also really backed up though. I have maybe 3,000 emails right now that I have to go through, and that's really exhausting to do. But I also have a page that discusses things that are on my email that I have to go through as well. I do have a lot of pages, but it's because like I said, I find them really entertaining. And I don't want to put everything on one page because I try having different niches, but I like so many things. So with the games, I have 2K on this Juno account and almost 4K on my other, and I had a good amount of people who will want to join games. But one more issue about the game is I need to purchase it. Yeah. Um the game Jackbox is like 20 bucks and I have not had money for it. So that is one more issue that I am having lately with that. As soon as I buy it though, I will be playing the game. I promise. Because I find it really entertaining and I really enjoy playing with you guys. Now this was just an everything interview, so I'm not even sure if I'm going to edit it or not. Thank you for anybody who has seen the video today, though. I know I'm all over the place. I did not really have an agenda about this. I was going to go live doing something else earlier, but plans got canceled. So I did not have agenda. I just got up and I started talking. So thank you for anybody who has joined. Again, I'm a social media manager. If you want to hire me with your own social media, feel free to reach out to me. As well as if you want to have an interview, which will go across all my social media accounts and also yours, you will get your own download. Also, feel free to reach out to me. My email, again, kingdomofhoursofficials@gmail.com. Send that email out, okay? And make sure to follow for more engaging content. I'm now leaving because I am hungry. So goodbye, and thank you everybody for viewing. It's very fun.